Hey, it's Mawuli Chai from the Ontario Black History Society. Thank you so much for joining us for the Lakeshore Arts Takeover. I am excited. This morning we already spoke with Camille Dundas from BuyBlacks.com, who shared with us the significance of what it is to share Black stories throughout Canada. And I am pleased to have joining me our other VP for the Ontario Black History Society. She goes by the name of CHANNON OYENIRAN. She's going to be sharing with me the idea of what it is to really run an organization, what it is to sit on a board and get the. For all those who are jumping in, thank you once again for joining. I am Mawuli Chai. It's Black History Month, and I'm delighted to take over. Shannon, how are you?
Hi, Mahuli. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What fun this is to be on live with you, my fellow colleague. How have you been keeping?
I've been good. Busy, but good. I'm so happy it's Black History Month and just another opportunity to share and, tell people about our history.
Well, you know, there's so many people out here doing great things. One of the people who is doing exceptional work is a guy by the name of Sean Cuffey. He's in the room. Let me speak with him, and then I'll speak with you right after. Make sense?
Perfect.
That is CHANNON OYENIRAN. She's the other vice president. We work together at the Ontario Black History Society. If you can be so kind, please donate to support. It is blackhistorysociety.ca. Shannon, all you got to do is kind of just X out for me really quickly on your picture, and then I'll get Sean to come on in. Sean will send me a quick invite. I'll be able to speak with him. If you're just joining, my name is Mawuli Chai from the Ontario Black History Society. Thank you so much for joining us. Sean Cuffey is in the room. He is the executive director, the producer of something called the Black Diamond Ball. And you know, this month is about celebration. It's about honor. And it's about, you know, seeing the achievements, 400 years of Black achievement in this country, seeing the achievements of Black people. Sean Cuffey, good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Thank you for having me. Hello, hello,
thank
everybody.
you for coming in. Thank you for spending a couple moments with us. So
Absolutely.
Black Diamond Ball is one of the preeminent events here in Toronto. Share with our viewing audience what it is. We're taking over Lakeshore Arts, and you've agreed to come on. What is this about?
Yes, the Black Diamond Ball. This is our 6th year of the Black Diamond Ball. And pretty much what it is the celebration of the Black community, our arts, and our accomplishments. We invite everybody to join us at the Black Diamond Ball. It's a fabulous time. It's a great meeting place for in order to see friends from back in the days and past loved ones. It's just a great networking space. It's a space of celebration and accomplishment. You will see all the who's who in the room, from rather it be from TV or from, you know, your social network. It is a great time for everybody.
Well, listen, I'm going to raise my glass to H2O and say congratulations on what you're doing. This is year number what? This is year number
6. We've been going 6 years strong. Yes.
Okay, year number 6. And tell us about some of the artists who you've had share the stage and why you felt this was important to do at this time. You know, we've all had to pivot and now move online. Give us a little bit about the breakdown, who you've had in the past, and how are you finding the whole pivoting situation of moving a real event online?
Absolutely. So in the past, we've had a lot of, you know, great artists. We had some returning artists. We've had artists like Carrie Hilson. We had artists like Brandy, we had Maya, we had Tank, you know, we had Andra Day was one of our first artists. You know, I love her song Rise Up. Like it was a great time. And I did that to bind and bound the community together in a space where we can all be like happy to celebrate each other and our accomplishments, as I said before. Currently, yes, we've had to pivot. We're in the Toronto Star today, page 10. We've had to definitely pivot and make it a little bit different as we have to go online, just like everybody else, right? Great artists this year. We have a great lineup. We have this amazing young lady, Christina Smith. Some people haven't heard of her, but if you haven't heard yet, you're gonna hear.
Right, so Christina Smith. So the other question that I had for you was, you know, now you've had to pivot online. Has that been most challenging for you?
Anybody who knows me, they know that I'm not technologically savvy. Right? So I'm a disaster when it comes to technology. But, you know, I have a great team behind me, and thank goodness they were able to learn quickly how to pivot and read up on it and do a few test events. And what we did that was really smart this year was that we implemented workshops. So what I did was I was like, okay, these workshops are going to be our training ground leading up to the ball. So by the time we get to the ball, we're going to be experts. And guess what, Mawuli? We are experts. We got this down to a science. So we got a great show planned for everybody on Saturday.
Tell me what Black History means to you, and then tell us where we can get a hold of these tickets online or whatever we need to do. What does Black History mean to you?
Absolutely. Black history means that we just have to really remember where we came from. We can never forget that because we don't ever want that to repeat again. And we have to remember where we're going. So I always tell people, listen, we need to figure out our ultimate goals and take responsibility and be able to channel those goals. Everything that you do in life will lead to those goals. So if you want to buy a house, everything that you do in life, rather if you're eating breakfast or dancing up a storm, that's all leading to you buying your house. So make sure that we focus as a community, as a people, take responsibility for ourselves as well. And, you know, we can help support each other, but make sure that we take responsibility and we are growing on our own. So remember where we came from and focus on where we are going.
And Sean, lastly, how can we get tickets to attend this event? And is this just for Black people alone, or can everybody?
Oh my goodness, we want everybody to attend. The more support we have from attendees, community members, and allies, the better. Get your tickets at blackdiamondballto.com. Get them now. And you know what? It is a free event this year. So we're appealing to people to please, please, please donate. The money that you would have used on your hair, on your tickets, on your suit, you can donate some of that towards helping the OCAD University Black Youth Initiative and our hashtag Safe Space to be 65 project. It is a really good cause. And if people like what we're doing, we really hope that they'll support and be a part of the Black Diamond Ball this year. blackdiamondballto.com. Register and donate. And also, if you donate now, today, I'll also give you a 25% off code for shopping at Puma, which are one of our wonderful sponsors this year.
Awesome. Well, shout outs to you. Thank you for joining us. The time is done. It's complete. We look forward to joining you on the weekend for the Black Diamond Ball. Thanks for joining. We'll speak soon.
Thank you so much, Mawuli. I appreciate it. Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, once again, thank you for joining. A lot of donation going on. In order to do this work, if you could be so kind to donate to us at blackhistorysociety.ca. It is somewhere in the link. Go on the page on Lakeshore Arts. Lakeshore, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to take over your account. My goodness, we're having such fun. We are delighted to be a part of this. I'm now back with a colleague of mine. She goes by the name of Shannon OYENIRAN. She is doing exceptional work. She's also the other vice president at the organization with me, so she's a colleague. Shannon, give us a little perspective too. You are doing a lot of community work. Let's speak about the origins of the Ontario Black History Society. How did this come about? We are preserving the history of Black history here in society. Give us a little overview on what our organization is about, and I'm glad that you joined us once again to take over. We're taking over Lakeshore Arts. Go ahead.
Yes. So the Ontario Black History Society was founded in 1978 by Dan Hill, his wife, and they really wanted to just celebrate Black Canadian history and share with people and educate people. So it started all the way back in 1978. And here we are today, still educating, still celebrating, still preserving our Black history here in Ontario as well as Canada.
Do you find it funny that we're still kind of rallying for the same things? You know, out of George Floyd, one of the things that I know to be true is that we're still speaking about anti-Black racism. We're speaking about racism. We're speaking about culture and inclusion and a series of others. Do you find it funny that we're still kind of fighting the same battle, that we're doing this over again?
I do and I don't. I do because I would hope at this stage that we would have moved forward, which I believe we have. But we also have to remember our history and the history just of enslavement and oppression and how long that was. So it's not going to happen overnight where we kind of, we're free and people are treating us equally and all that stuff. It's going to take a while. But in the meantime, we keep fighting, we keep educating, we keep moving forward. So, yeah.
So, Shannon, you're having a little bit of internet problems. We're kind of seeing you pixelated. Maybe one of the things that we can do is have you log off and log back on and see if we can see you a little clearer. That is Shannon OYENIRAN. She's the other vice president of the Ontario Black History Society with me. I'm so happy. If you're just joining in, my name is Mawuli Chai, and welcome to the Takeover. We have wonderful guests who are popping in and out. We just had Sean Cuffey from the Black Diamond Ball, who says the reality is we got to go out and have fun and celebrate the arts, really, and celebrate people in different backgrounds, etc. And so if you're so kind, in order to get this story going, one of the things that I'd like you to do is visit us at blackhistorysociety.ca, where you'll get more information on all things Black history. Pam Houston, 77, hello. There's some people in the room really quickly that I want to shout out. Sharon Zerita is in the room. Jay Morgan is in the room. Poonam 0109. Hard to see the names. I'm trying to read really quickly, in a series of others if you're just joining. Thank you so much. My name is Mawuli Chai, and this is our time where we're taking over. So I invited some of my friends to join me this afternoon to share a little bit about what they're doing in the community, and also for you to, they're just interesting people. You can get to know who they are. They're going to pop in the room. If you'd like, please donate to our cause. It is blackhistorysociety.ca/donate. You can always go on this page, and it is in the bio. So just click that button, donate to the cause. We are promoting Black history across the country. Shannon, you're doing something that's really, really wonderful. Looking back into the future, February 25th, I love the title of what you're doing, COVID-19, Anti-Black Racism, and Mental Health. Why is this important for you, and why did you decide to have this discussion at this time?
Oh, well, we all know we're in a global pandemic. COVID-19 hit us last year with such force. And people have really just been struggling with their mental health. And then we also saw last year the rise of just anti-Black racism and hate with the murders of Ahmad Aubry in the States, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, people here in Canada and Toronto, DeAndre Campbell. So I just felt it was important to have that conversation because the three of these topics are so intertwined. So I wanted us to have
We're having some problems with Shannon's Wi-Fi, but in the meantime, Shannon, stay there. We can see you. In the meantime, for those who are just joining in once again, my name is Mawuli Chai. I'm the Vice President for the Ontario Black History Society. Shannon is also a colleague and a Vice President rather as well, not to take anything away from our president. And so we're here taking over Lakeshore Arts, talking about the importance of Black history. And I've just asked some of my friends to join me today so that you get a slice contemporary of the counterparts who are there. All right, so Shannon, you were telling us a little bit about the idea of you doing this conference. Shannon, you're more than the vice president here. You're also a historian, among other things. Why don't you dive into that and tell us a little bit about you? Because you are really shaping our own history.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm a historian. I look at Caribbean history. I look at Black Canadian history. I'm currently undertaking my PhD and looking at the Black diaspora in Canada. So it's a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Our community means a lot to me, and I just want to see us move forward. So yeah, I'm just doing all that I can in my, in my sphere to make some change.
Good. Who's featured? Who's a part of this panel discussion that's so important?
Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the event. We have Dr. Joseph Smith. He's the co-founder of Generation Chosen, which is a community group. We have the former MP of the town of Whitby, Selena, Cesar Chevin. She's an author, a speaker. She just came out with her new book, Can You Hear Me Now? We have Keisha Facey, who is a anti-Black racism consultant, the program manager of OVOV, the One Vision, One Voice project, and also the founder of Rhythm Fit Wellness Center. And then we have Renee Whitaker, who is a PhD candidate at Queen's University in the Cultural Studies program, and she's also a part of the Black Grad Caucus as well. So these four are amazing people, amazing speakers, and I'm just looking forward to the conversation tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Shannon, thank you so much. stay tuned. I see another guest who's in the room, and I'm going to go to them. And so if you just click off your thing, then I'll be able to bring them on. That is CHANNON OYENIRAN. She's doing something great, looking back into the future. And so she is, going to be speaking to a whole bunch about COVID and about how it's affecting our community. So I'm really excited about that. My next guest is absolutely amazing, and he's right on time. You might have known him from the Canadian Idol. He is from Cherrybrook, Nova Scotia. He goes by the name of Gary Beals. He's floating in the room. You can follow him at Gary Beals Music. He also has a new album out that I love. It's called Bleed My Truth. Gary, thank you for joining us.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Cousin.
We call each other cousin. I love it. Listen, Gary, let me ask you this really quickly. I know the time is short. So what does Black history mean to you? And I know that you are from Nova Scotia. You're from Cherrybrook, Nova Scotia.
All right.
So what does Black history mean to you?
Yeah, Black history means, just celebrating us, recognizing us, our history, past, our present. And just, celebrating all that we are, recognizing our accomplishments and how far we have come.
Yeah.
Fights that we have fought, the battles we've won. Black history it's us. Yes.
So you have a new album out called Bleed My Truth. It is doing so well on the charts right now. People are buying your album. Where can they get a listen of this? And tell us a little bit about what the album is about. Go ahead.
Yeah. Bleed My Truth. It was released 4 months ago, one day, and it's available on all streaming platforms. I happen to have a physical copy of the CD right handy.
This is it.
Yeah, I have vinyl as well. But yeah, you can check it out on all streaming platforms. As I indicated, it's an album that my last album came out in 2009, so it's been 11 years I've released any type of original material. So it's just about my journey from, I guess, when I released my previous album to the album, just about self-reflecting on who I am. It's about love, platonic love, self-love, relationships, and celebration as well. One of the songs on the album, which was my second single, called Bleed My Truth, it was inspired by my trip to South Africa.
Wow.
Talk about, Black history, our Blackness. That song was inspired by my trip, and just seeing the Blackness, the beauty there, the resilience of the people, the friendliness of the people, and the warmth of the people, the love from the people. It was so beautiful to be land and just connect. Mm-hmm.
So Gary, what do you want people to get from listening to this album? I know you mentioned a couple of things. There's so much that I want to say, but I know our time is short. So like going to Africa, life-changing, I suppose. But what do you want people to know about your truth and about the idea of what it is to be Black in this country?
Oh gosh. Well, if I want people to know about the album, I just want people to take it in. I mean, it's my journey. I say it's not just about my journey, but it's about people along their journey and embracing the truth of who it is that they are. I've been on this journey of just embracing myself and being my authentic self.
Nice.
And just tapping into that and just listening to the eclecticness of the album itself, like from up-tempo to ballads, the soulfulness of the album. It was created from passion, from love, and it's very genuine.
Well, Gary Beals, I call you cousin. I love you a whole lot. And somebody's saying I'm asking a lot of loaded questions. If you have questions, please put them into the chat room. Gary Beals, thank you for joining us. This was a slice. And we're going to get your album.
Done already? Oh,
we're finished already. Can you imagine?
Okay. Yeah.
Time to time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And
listen, you're awesome. You're awesome. Somebody's saying Cousin Garrett and giving you shout outs, and they're sending you hearts in the room. So thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And
awesome. Good to see you.
Yes. Take care.
Listen, Black History Month is so vast. So, we've already had Camille Dundas. We've had Gary Beals, Sean Cuffey. I hope you're enjoying this conversation. If you could, be so kind to donate to the cause. It's blackhistorysociety.ca/donate. It's somewhere on this live app as we're speaking. If you go to our bio, you can just press the button and link. If you enjoyed the conversation, please send comments, send hearts. It is so, so important that we collectively come together to learn the history, the rich history, 400 years of Canadian history, and what Black people have done to this Canadian landscape and society and around the world. I want to get back to CHANNON OYENIRAN. She's somewhere floating in the room. If you just be patient with me and kind, I will get her back online. Urban Lifestyle Report, a series of others want to give you a quick shout out. I think Shannon is in the room. I don't see her. Oh, here she is. Shannon is doing Looking Back into the Future, a great discussion on COVID-19, anti-Black racism, and mental health. It is so awesome. Did you enjoy Gary Beals?
Oh, he was wonderful. I wanted more. I wanted to hear more of him.
I know the time is short.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, everybody has really just kind of jumped in and said, Mawuli, I'm gonna just, you know, be the person that you need me to be in this time. And it's just a potpourri of people. Quickly, we just want quick snapshots. So if you hear somebody that you like, please look on our post. I am posting as well, not only on the storyboards, but I'm also posting on the wall for Lake Shore Arts Center. So thank you so much for that. So Shannon.
Yes, Mawuli Chai.
After you do your event, what will you be doing for Black History Month? Are you doing any of these online things?
I've been doing a few. I've been doing a few webinars and, you know, joining in some conferences. But
Right.
yeah, the work continues with my PhD. So yeah, just doing that and finishing up and looking forward to a successful event tomorrow.
So, like, how are you balancing everything? I know that you're a mother, you're a historian, you're a VP, you're a community activist, you're all these things. And, like, how are you balancing with everything that's going on?
Well, I have the most amazing, supportive husband. I'm shouting him out, Solomon OYENIRAN, who just goes above and beyond when I need to run into a meeting or done or organize or do a speaking engagement. He's with the kids and he's
Right.
taking care of things. So I'm shouting
Right.
him out. I couldn't do it without him. So yeah, just one day at a time too, taking things as they come and doing things just one day at a time.
Got it. Listen, Shannon, I'm going to come right back to you. You know, the people are just popping into this room. So I see Benny Bing, who's in this room. Benny Bing is our next speaker. He's a contemporary Canadian artist. He's of Nigerian descent. Love his work, because what he's doing is he is changing really how we view women in contemporary art. So Benny Bing is going to join us momentarily. Benny, if you're in the room, send me a quick invite or request quickly, and I'll add you into the conversation. He uses vibrant color to depict women who are just beautiful. He's named by CBC as the influential Black Canadian who's expanding and redefining Black representation. So he's floating around. Benny, I see you, but I can't invite you because it seems like you're off. So if you could, when you get back into the room, when you jump back, please send me a quick invite and I'll accept you. Guys, I'm excited that you could be a part of the conversation and celebrate Black History Month with me. I'm Mawuli Chai. I am the Vice President for the Ontario Black History Society. If you could, click in our stories, click on that little post, blackhistory.ca. Follow us online at OBHS as well on Instagram. We're on all the social media platforms, and I've just asked some of my friends today to quickly come on in and speak to me and say hello and tell me a little bit about what they're doing. They're interesting. What does Black History Month mean to you? If you could, just write a little comment. Let me see. What does Black History Month mean to you? You know, Black History Month is not only about Blacks celebrating their own history, 400 years of history, but it's about other communities embracing the change and celebrating history as well. By the way, this is the 25th year. For those of you who may not know, this is the 25th anniversary of Black history in this country. So I'm really excited about that. Quick shout out to Jean Augustine, who made it all possible for us to even celebrate Black history in this country. Many of the times we have had history, but we've celebrated history from across the way, which is in the United States, and we have our own distinct history here in Canada. So I've taken the liberty to take over Lakeshore Arts. They've granted me the favor, and what we're going to do is we're actually posting posts on the storyline about Black history in this country. It's a short time, limited time, 9 to 2, but you'll be able to participate, join the conversation, and learn about our organization at blackhistorysociety.ca. What does Black history mean to you? If you could, write in the comments really quickly. I'm not seeing, oh, I am seeing him. Here he is, Benny Bing. Hey, Benny. Benny is going to come up. Once again, Benny Bing is a contemporary Canadian artist. Hi, Benny Bing.
How's it going, man?
Listen, you have done me a solid. Thank you so much. These are my friends who are joining me. You are named by CBC as the influential Black Canadian who is expanding and redefining Black representation through your art. And we see the artwork in the background. Tell people about you and why you decided to use this medium to express yourself in the world.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Benny Bing, as it is showing up. I'm a contemporary Canadian artist. My background is Nigerian and Bayesian, so I'm a mix of both the Caribbean and the motherland. My practice is primarily portraits of Black women, as you can see. I focus heavily, the themes of my work focus heavily on identity, representation, and humanity. Those are the three core themes that you will notice in my work. Really showcasing the beautiful humanity and in Black femininity, and also filling that void in contemporary art with the lack of representation of Black female subjects. I think it's important for our kids, our little girls, especially, to see themselves represented in a very powerful, regal way. It does a lot for self-esteem, and that's my key, is really to make sure these girls have something that they can look up to. They can see themselves represented. It's very important to me.
Benny, you have been in some important celebrity homes. Who has your artwork? I mean, and I think people didn't really get when I said you're self-taught. So tell us about the journey of what you're involved in before. It's a loaded question, but I just want it all in.
Yeah, no problem. I'll give the abridged version. So I started off, I was originally in digital marketing. I was a senior account manager. I love what I did. I transitioned over to my second career in 2014. I rediscovered my talent, which is painting. And I started painting on my spare time and decided that, and really discovered that this was my calling, my gift, my purpose in life. So I decided to quit my job, my former career, and jump into a new career, my second career, which is the arts. And I haven't looked back since then. It's been a life-changing experience. I love it every single step of the way. Just to name a few, Cardinal Official owns part of my collection. Dave Chappelle, and then it's mostly private collections. We also have the Daniels developer, Daniels Corporation, which is the developer revitalizing Regent Park. They in their private collection, they have about 6 or 7 of my pieces. So
let's pause because hold on, pause. Let me do it. I got the iPad. Let's time out. Hold on. You are in Daniels, you said? Any Daniels development in Regent Park?
So about 3 of the developments in Regent Park, you will see my work in the lobbies or in their amenities. So they're either the party rooms or the lobbies. Is correct.
Someone said really quickly, welcome Mimico, Benny. I absolutely love your powerful paintings. You're a gifted artist. I concur. And that is from Sandrium.
Thank you.
Okay, so awesome. So let me ask you this. What does Black history mean to you, and why is it important for us to celebrate this month?
Black history is important. and I think I've always been using this terminology to describe this is people say Canada is a melting pot, but I look at it differently. I look at it like a beautiful mosaic with different pieces.
Yes.
It's important, and we are part of that very important part of that piece. And it's important that we tell our stories, and our stories are learned, especially in school. See, I grew up in Africa. I grew up in Nigeria. So I grew up in an education system that it was very much African history.
Right.
However, when I came back to Canada, I noticed that my peers didn't know anything about their own history.
Yeah.
Not just African history, which is pretty much world history, but even Canadian history, which I already learned in Nigeria by my Caribbean Canadian mom. So
Right.
so it's important that we keep on educating ourselves and telling our stories, and educating the young ones that are growing up now about our rich history in Canada. Without history, we're nobody, right?
I agree. Without that self-knowledge and that history, we're nothing. And I want to thank you so much for um, really just being a voice and speaking to the beauty and the elegance of our women. Your artwork is phenomenal. I'm going to purchase one because I think it needs to be on the wall, if not for me, for somebody else. And anytime I get a platform, I always invite you because I just think you're so phenomenal. You're so awesome.
Thank you.
Where can people get the artwork from, and how can they reach you?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Benny Bing. You can check out my website, bennybing.com.
Uh-huh.
You can check out my collection if you're interested in purchasing originals, or you're interested in purchasing a print, limited edition prints. You're more than welcome to do so. I will emphasize there is a huge importance in supporting Black creatives and also creatives from BIPOC communities, and it's important to celebrate them, to acquire their works in their collection when they are alive, not when they are dead.
Absolutely.
So support Black creatives is very important. We have very important stories that we're telling, and it's important that you support those stories.
Well, Benny Bing, thank you so much for stepping in. I really appreciate your story. I think you're phenomenal. And here's what's even greater than just your work. You're just an awesome human being. You're a great human being, great humanitarian. And guess what? I absolutely love and adore you and your work. You guys, if you can, at Benny Bing, he is amazing. If you like him, send some hearts, follow him. Benny, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. I'll give you a call later. I'll speak with you later. Peace.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's Benny Bing, guys. You see his beautiful artwork there in the back. He's totally awesome. Again, such flavorful diversity, such great people, wonderful colors. There's a history. Somebody quickly wants to speak really quick, so I'm going to bring you in really quick. We have another guest coming in soon. I'm looking down, just let my notes really quickly. Ian Espinette will be in the room speaking about breaking down racial barriers. He's a promoter and speaking about the music industry. He will also add some context and some flavor to the conversation. I'm hoping you're enjoying the little tidbits, the potpourri of people coming in, really popcorn style, just to say a quick hello and give you a little snippet of what they're doing. They are contributing to sharing the stories of what Black people are doing. And I love what somebody said about Benny, that he is powerful, and that indeed he is. This is Lakeshore Arts. It's the Takeover. My name is Mawuli Chai. I am the Vice President for the Ontario Black History Society. We most recently did a campaign that is called Blacked Out History. It's about a grade 8 textbook out of 265 pages. Only 15 pages remained. That had a limited amount of history. It is going to be somewhere on the site. You can look in the stories or look in the site, and you'll be able to get some information on what it is that we've done. Also floating in the room is CHANNON, and she's the other VP, a colleague of mine, historian, speaker, and author, and she is just doing phenomenal work. Tomorrow she has a conference looking back into the future. It's a great conference speaking about COVID-19, anti-Black racism, and mental health. Hey, Shannon, what's going on? Shannon's having a little bit of difficulty with her Wi-Fi, so I'm going to ask her to really log. Oh, there you are. Hey, Shannon, what's going on?
Hi. Good. Issues, but we forge ahead, right?
We definitely forge ahead, and it's all good. Shannon, what did you think about Benny Bing? I mean,
Oh,
beautiful artwork, right?
he's amazing. I was just on the site while he was talking, and I'm like,
Oh, were
I
you?
need I need to reach out to like get one of his paintings. They're beautiful.
They're
So
gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah,
They're
I love the
absolutely,
color.
absolutely gorgeous. And these are the things that we do, right? There's talented people among us. We don't have to go stateside or beyond. And his artwork, you know, addresses the walls of you know, Cardinal Official and a series of others who are Canadian, and also Dave Chappelle. And we
I
know that
know.
one of his paintings is in Dave Chappelle's home. And you know what I love about his stories? The idea that, you know, you have a burning desire on the inside of you. You're able to really identify with what that is, to leave the status quo and move forward
Yes.
to pursue your dream, and then that
Yes.
being the whole totality of the story. I think that's really great.
Yes. Yeah, he's walking in his purpose, right? So doing what you love and walking in
Yeah.
your purpose is so important in life.
Good. For those who are just joining us, you have a conference tomorrow. Again, it's called Looking Back into the Future, COVID, Anti-Black Racism, and Mental Health. You're going to have a whole lineup of people. Tell us who the lineup is. And as you're speaking, I'm going to run to get the book really quickly. I didn't put it in my hand, but it's right over here beside me, of someone
Yes.
who is actually on your panel who's sharing her story. Go ahead.
Yes. So first we have Selena, Cesar, Chevin, who is a speaker, an author. There's her book, Can You Hear Me
This is her
Now?
book. Can
Yes,
you hear me
former
now?
MP for the town of Whitby. So she'll
Right.
be speaking, and this is actually her second time speaking at my conference. She spoke at the first one in 2016, so I'm so glad and honored to have her back. Then we have
Awesome.
Dr. Joseph Smith, who's a researcher and educator, co-founder of Generation Chosen, an organization out of the Jane and Finch area. Then we have Keisha Facey, who is the program manager for the One Vision, One Voice program. She's an anti-Black racism consultant and the founder of Rhythm Fit Wellness Center in Ajax. And then
Yeah.
we have Renee Whitaker, who is a PhD candidate at Queen's University and part of the Black Grad Caucus there. So speakers. Joseph spoke at my conference last year as well as Keisha. It's going to be great tomorrow. I hope people can still join in. It's tomorrow, 3:30 to 5 on Zoom. The conference is, if you want to get tickets, it's on, or register, I should say, it's on Eventbrite. So
Shannon,
there's
you're a little
still time to
wonky
do that.
for us. Log back off and log on your Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Doesn't seem to be working well. To all the comments who are in the room, thank you so much. Urban Lifestyle Report says, this is awesome. I'm getting some hand claps and some hearts. If you love the conversation, please let us know. Gary Beals gives us some hand claps. He spoke a little earlier about what it was to grow up in Nova Scotia, and his new album, Grab It, Comp It, it's called Bleed My Truth. He is expressing his history and his legacy in his way through music. To those who are in the room, a quick shout out. Root C Lulu 876, good to see you. Viva Fitness Lakeshore, it's great to see you. Beyond the Horizon 26, good to see you. Cecile Smith 12, it's so hard to read these names with the lights on and everything. But hey, everybody, thank you for joining on Mawuli Chai. Please donate. Go into our page, and then you'll see the donate button to support the cause, blackhistory.ca/donate, in order for us to get the history that's needed across the country. Are you enjoying this conversation? If you are, please send hearts. I would love to speak to somebody who's in the room. I'm going to Jamie Wilder. Let me see if Jamie will come and speak to me really quickly. And then I think we have another guest who's going to pop on in at about 12 o'clock. I'm not sure how long this will stay on, but that will be Ian Espinette. And then we have Cassius Dizan, who is a life coach and image consultant, who will be joining us as well. So if we have to log off and log back on, then that's what we're going to have to do. It is the Takeover, Lakeshore Arts, Mawuli Chai, partnering with OBHS to make this happen, to have these conversations. Thank you so much for the platform. It is exciting. I've been up all morning and night thinking about, oh my gosh, who can we bring in to make this conversation flavorful? And I got to tell you something. Called on my friends and they said, hey, Mawuli, we're going to be there for you. So they have. Hope you've enjoyed some of the guests. We're waiting for Jay Wilder. I'm not sure if you're in the room still, but I'm hoping that you are. She's unable to join. I have another guest who is in the room who is absolutely quite awesome as well. She's using her talent and her voice to weekly speak on City Line. I gave her a shout last night and said, listen, would you share your story? And she has Monique.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I didn't expect my face to be that big, but okay. Hello.
You look wonderful and well. Everything looks fantastic. Share with us a little bit about what you do, and thank you for just listening in the midnight hour. You decided.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. I was like, I have to.
I'm telling on myself. You go by Muse, MEAUX. Tell us a little bit about what you do. We see you on City Line doing your DIYs.
Yes. So that's what I do. I do a lot of DIY projects. A lot of them are more craft style DIYs. So I'm not doing like, redoing my kitchen type DIYs, but I'm doing more like crafting and, finding ways to, if you find a item of decor that you find, but it's, way expensive, I find ways to creatively do it on a budget. Right. So that's kind of what I do. And I've been doing that for the past 3-ish years on City Line, and I feature that on my blog and Instagram page, of course. I do fashion hacks as well. And I also feature on my blog, my little girls. And that's more so talking about, mom life. So by day, I work at a bank, and I'm in leadership there. So that's, the non-sexy job. But I've been the Instagram and my influencing or content creator side,
right.
My creative outlet, which I absolutely love. And so I talk about, my experiences with being a mom. I also talk about my experiences of raising 2 young Black girls.
Who are gorgeous. Let's just stop there. Let me interrupt. Those young ladies have big personalities, and they following their mom in tow. They're so delightful. What is it like for you being a parent? And we're seeing these things like George Floyd and Black history. Why is it important for you, one, to be an example, but for you to share the rich history with them as Canadian girls with them?
So, the funny thing is, yesterday, so my girls are learning about Black History Month at school, and they're 5 and 7. So I love the fact that their school is teaching, and they're teaching real history too.
Right.
And it's funny, my 5-year-olds, before bed, we always, read a book or whatnot. And my daughter, she's obsessed with the Little Leaders book, the Vashti Harrison one, and it was talking about, Black women. And then my youngest daughter, she's like, Mommy, how come they treated Black people differently than white people? We're like this thing. And then my older daughter, because she's learning about it at a more in-depth level at school, she's like, if that's not fair, and they shouldn't be doing that. And if I was trying to be friends with my friend Charlotte, we couldn't be friends because she's white and I'm Black, and she got to get the good water and I didn't. And I'm like, that's not fair. I want to be like Rosa Parks.
Right.
And I'm like, and it's like, you have to have these conversations early. It also takes me back that, oh my gosh, I'm really having these conversations. And my husband comes from a mixed background, from a multiple of races. And, my other younger daughter, she's like, Mommy, am I Black or am I white?
Right.
And you're Black.
Right.
And it's like, it's just having those, very candid conversations I had to get into. Yes, we were treated differently based on the color of our skin. And yes, we have made some strides, but we still have a long way to go. And this is where, you are our inspiration. You could be like Rosa Parks. You can make that change. You can be the ones to stand up for yourself and be those leaders. And they went to bed. They're like, yeah, we're going to be superheroes.
Right.
it's also, you know, it's also a conversation that I have as well with my daughters, because they also look very different. While they're blood sisters, they look different. And so I've had those conversations, not those conversations where they're making them feel like they're different,
Sure.
but my older daughter, her hair is kinky, curly, beautiful afro. And
Right.
then my other daughter, she has these long, flowy red curls. And so there was a time where my older daughter wanted to, you know, have hair like Rapunzel and have hair like Frozen,
Yeah.
like from Frozen, and have those conversations that probably every single Black girl has had about their hair. And that comes into, you know, the whole goal series piece that we did, which was absolutely amazing. But, you know, talking to them about embracing their hair, loving who they are, and also showing examples of representation. It just shows how key and how clear representation does matter. And it also factors into my corporate world, because as I mentioned, I'm in a position of leadership at the bank, and be that person and be that mentor to folks that come up, you know, in the call center and are wondering if they can aspire and be a director, be a senior manager at the bank. And so, yeah, that's where, you know, there's that side of it as well.
Monique, you've given me so much. I wanted the world just to see you
Oh.
and just to be touched by your talent. You're so, so awesome. I also know you personally, so I might be a little bit biased, but we love what you do. We'll continue to watch you on City Line, the DIY crafts. I'm going to have you over because I can't do it like how you do it.
I know, right? I know.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. I'll give you a shout
Bye.
later, right? We'll talk later.
Bye.
All right. Bye. You guys, that is Monique. You can reach her online by Mux. What is it? MAUX, I believe. Did I say that right?
MAUX.
Got it. Okay. You can reach her there. She will be tagged in on our story. I think you just got to press the X there, Monique, on the top. I'm trying to do it too. But you know, they change things all the time. Just press that X in the corner.
Oh,
it is Black
Okay.
History Month. I'm Mawuli Chai. It looks like you're on with me for a while, but that's all right.
Bye.
I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Oh my gosh, so much talent, so much history that's in the room. If you're just joining right now, today I not only take over, but we're sharing history, contemporary history, and we're also sharing the history of the past of our organization. People got together who really just thought fit that Black history in this country would be preserved and the heritage would be granted. We also spoke a little earlier about this lady here, Selena. Chevin has a new book, Can You Hear Me Now? If you get the opportunity, pick the book up. Lakeshore Arts, it has been a delight to do this with you. If you're in the room and you want to have a conversation as well, please feel free to just press join in. And you know, what are your thoughts about Black history? Are you learning a lot? Are you enjoying what you're learning? Do you have a piece of your history that you want to share with us as well? Earlier in the conversation, we had Benny Bing, who is a contemporary artist who is using his paintbrush to really help change the way Black women see themselves. We also had Gary Beals, who's a Canadian recording artist. He has a new album called Bleed My Truth. He said he wanted to stand in the truth of who he was. He shared about his life growing up in Cherrybrook, Nova Scotia, and shared that he went to South Africa where he found himself. And we also had Sean Cuffey, who was in the room, who has an event coming up called the Black Diamond Ball, a preeminent event that's happening. I'm going to circle back to a colleague and friend. Her name is Shannon OYENIRAN. She's doing something called Looking Back into the Future. February 25th, which is tomorrow, she's going to be speaking about COVID-19, anti-Black racism, and mental health. Her Wi-Fi totally sucks, but it's all good. We can see her face. We can see her face online. And
I know my Wi-Fi is acting up. I don't know what's going on, but it's okay.
It's all good. Shannon, once again, for those who have joined us a little later, can you tell us a little bit about OBHS? It was started by a couple of people who decided to come together to share the history. And then just before you go into that, Jordan Gordon, who's a part of our board, a young person, has done these excellent blogs that are dealing with Black contributions here in society. So I wanted to give her a shout out really quick. Now, my eyes keep looking down because I have notes here as well. I want to make sure everybody gets their flowers. But will you tell us a little bit about, once again, OBHS, the function, why it was together? We know that it's to preserve the history, Canadian history, and why you decided to get involved.
Yeah, so OBHS started in 1978 by Dr. Daniel Hill, his wife, and a few other friends who, again, wanted people to know about the rich history that we have here, right in Canada, Black history. So started in 1978. We're here, we're still going, we're preserving, we're studying, we're celebrating Black history in Ontario and Canada. And yeah, I got started with OBHS a few years ago just as a volunteer, you know, finished doing my master's degree and wanted to get involved in an organization that promotes Black history. So started as a volunteer and yeah, just have the opportunity and the honor to be one of the vice presidents of this wonderful organization. So alongside with you.
We do it together, and I think I'm hoping that we do a good job.
Yes.
Darlene in the room gives us a thumbs up, and somebody else is giving us a clap. You know, this year we embarked on, well, let me say a little bit of last year because the year pretty much just started, but we embarked on a campaign that was really important, and it was to preserve the history, our history. This is the grade 8 textbook. I just walked out of the frame just to get it. I should have had it beside me, but it's all good. This is a part of the live experience. We took this grade 8 textbook and we blacked out all the history that was non-Black. And this is just an example of how some of the pages look. Can you believe? Right? We got over, I think, 40,000 tweets and people who are sharing the conversation. How did that campaign change how you will raise your young men in your life? You got 2 boys.
Yes, I have 2 young boys, and my husband and I were already on the path to teach them about their heritage and their history. My family coming from Jamaica, my husband coming from Nigeria, them being born in Canada. You know, I started writing a children's book that's almost done. So it's based on my 4-year-old, just so that he'll have something to go back to and read and learn about his history as well. So it's just so important that we know who we are and where we're coming from. And I think that will help us now in the present and in the future as well.
It is so important that our children know who they are. And how do you answer those people who say, I mean, they should know about themselves already. Why do we need a designated month to make this happen? I contend that we need Black History 365. What do you say to that?
Black history is Canadian history. I'm grateful to Jean and the OBHS for, you know, getting Black History Month celebrated across Canada. But I know myself and, you know, many others, we just want our history to be included and taught in schools, and just for our young children to know about that and not have to wait till they get to high school or university before they're learning about, you know, Viola Desmond or John Ware or Amber Valley or, you know, all of these wonderful people who came to help to build this country. So yeah, it's important. We need to know who we are and just have Black history taught from a young age, not just Black History Month.
Shannon, you know, I'm going to end the conversation because at 12 o'clock, we're going to have Ian Espinat. He should come in. Espinate, he's going to come in. And also Cassia. So what I'm going to do, because they gave us the privilege to take over, oh my gosh, I'm going to take it over. So they're going to get tired of me. I'm going to come back on at 12 in a few minutes. But thank you for joining us. Somebody said Black history is Canadian history. It's world history. I do agree. Darlene, thank you for sending that comment. I believe it's Darlene. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Please forgive me. Illisol, can you see the name on that side? I'm seeing all the comments go through.
Yeah, Darlene Eloise.
Darlene.Eloise. Thank you for that comment.
And we want to encourage everyone to still, you know, to donate if you're able to the Ontario Black History Society. I believe the information is in the chat as well, just so we can continue to do the work and share about our history. So thanks for having me.
Whether it's $1, $2, whether it's $150, or if you be so inclined to do that $10,000 or $1,000 check, we'll take that money too.
Yes,
we are not ashamed to ask for it. We believe that our history is important, and we want the whole province, the whole country to know about the contributions from a 400-year rich history. It's the 25th year anniversary of Black history, and we're just asking for you to really support the cause. For many of the artists, historians, politicians who are out there, you know, people who are in music, who are in anti-Black racism, they need funds to make their dreams happen, to share their story. There's been a pivot for Black-owned businesses since George Floyd and a series of the deaths that we've heard about nationwide and in the States, also here in Canada. And so what we want to do is we want to get the opportunity to use the platforms that we're giving and stretch them as wide as we can to make things happen. CHANNON, OYENIRAN.
Yes, Mawuli Chai, thanks for having me on.
I'm
sorry about the Wi-Fi issues, but it's okay.
It is really, really okay. We told the audience what was going on. I believe they'll accept us.
Yes.
Please make the donation. It was fun. This is the Takeover, OBHS.
Yes.
My name is Mawuli Chai, and you are?
CHANNON OYENIRAN.
Got it. We'll see you soon. Thank you for joining. Keep the comments coming. I'll be back on at 12 in a few minutes to speak to two others in Espen and a series of other CHANNON.
Peace. Thanks, everyone. Happy Black History Month.
All righty. Bye-bye.